And you saying that leads back to this right here, the topic with the teachers and all that shit. We don't know these teachers. I've said it time after time. There's too many of us giving too much trust. But see, I said it earlier when I began this live. Some of us are forced to give these teachers our trust. We can't have our kids but so much time out of school without getting truancy, without getting that fine, without having to spend that 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours in jail because our kid missed a lot of school. You see where I'm coming from? Like, a lot of us is put pinned between a nail and a wall. We take our kids out of school, and they out of school for too long, they send you DHS, CPS, for those that don't know what DHS is. But
Yeah,
here in
but see,
Philly,
that's
they
the
call
thing too.
CPS DHS. Huh?
But see, that's the thing too. Now, if you doing what you want to do when you take them out of school, they can't do nothing because if you decide I'm not putting my kid in no school system at all, no, I know all the curriculum. Yes, I'm doing this because, like I've told somebody, I watched 3 people I know for a fact since this pandemic started. They went from actually sending their kids to school and everything to they working from home and they schooling their kids at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it just takes enough. It just takes enough patience because
And
if you
that's
know
how
your
I was
job is
doing
a
it.
regular 9 to 5, all right. Well, look. My kid is in school from 9 to 5. I'm gonna be working from 9 to 5 as well. While I'm doing this, watch this. I'll be right back. Yo, what's this? Just such and such and such. All right, good. You got this right now. Now let me know the next one, and go right back to like nothing happened. You know, that's
Yeah.
the thing. You gotta have a balance with that.
And that does take a lot of work. Like I said, I still got one in cyber school, and that's not something that's easy though. To tell y'all the truth, to multitask that,
Yeah,
who? Because they don't call you a teacher; they call you a coach. See, my son has another teacher on the other side of the line, but you become the coach. You're supposed to make sure, like the assistant in the school, like, what the assistant's job is, make sure that the kids are doing their job, they need help, help them, stuff like that. That gets hard on the people that have to sit here and do, jobs outside of the house and stuff like that. It was easy for me to the point until I started having to start working outside because I had to start my little business over again. Especially, with the personal stuff that happened with, my brother passing away. Before that, I was just getting on my feet because my mom had passed away 2 years before that. And I was trying to get the house, but supporting a brother, supporting your kids, and then trying to take care of a house. Yes, I had a baby daddy that was helping me with his child. I took support for the other two, but like I tell everybody, those are my kids. He does more than enough, especially when he has other kids to take care of. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm grateful. So, like, it was just so much for me as a single mother to do with a lot. So, like I told everybody, I don't mind starting from zero because what I'm trying to do, is it benefits not just me, but it benefits a lot of people around me. Like, I'm not just taking, I'm giving back. And at the end of the day, my blessings will come. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, maybe when I least expect it. It's not meant for me to know when the hell that blessing coming.
yeah. That's why I told somebody. I said, look, some of y'all cry mode, but then the same token, you ain't thinking. If you gonna seriously take your kid out of school, you're gonna have to be the disciplinary, and you're also gonna have to be the fucking teacher. I said,
Exactly.
listen. I said, there's no way you want to tell me you want to take your kid out of school and then what? They gonna just sit around and be stupid? They gonna be in the streets all day?
A lot of
No.
people do that. Here in Philly, a lot of parents have done that. And they've had CPS in their house. Why? Because they don't have their kid doing nothing. Their kid is outside in the streets doing dumb shit, thinking and claiming they're shooters, end up missing targets and shit, caught on camera, thinking that they know what they're doing, claiming to be assassins. But the whole time y'all missed y'all target, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all just following people. They act like they sitting here watching Mission Impossible and they doing some shit or they playing Grand Theft Auto in real life and they won't get caught.
Yeah, but see, that's a bad notion for the parents anyway, because again, you're not supposed to take your kid. Like the only people I knew that got taken out of school, at least when I was going to school, was those that they knew for a fact. Look, I might be like I knew one of my dudes, his pops, I think still his pops is actually still in the army, and I think he's still stationed. But then again, when this was young. You know, he didn't have no more schooling after he left. I'm like, damn, you about to go to where? I said, yeah, you're gonna definitely be lost out there in a new school. He said, my pops is not even sending me to school, boy. He about to do all this extra shit. I said, oh damn. But it was good for him because he was still on the base, but he was also doing what he was supposed to be doing. So he was still homeschooling his kid as he's on the base, which was, something good. You're not going to get that really like that because some
Yeah.
people there's going to be too much going on. Like, nope, I got all the time, and especially I'm not in the field right now. I can do all this time right here when I'm now in the field to teach my kid what I need to teach him. And I think it was
Exactly.
because the pops didn't. The pops was just like he didn't trust certain things. Then, just like you said, they've been had a teachers union. It's something that if you even think about trying to be on that other side of it, you might as well lose your job. Same thing with the
Yeah.
medical field and all of that.
Exactly.
All these days, almost every last one of these things have a union, and whatever don't got a union, that's because they ain't following protocol as far as we're not doing this. Oh no. We stand on this. If you fuck up, you fuck up. We not taking this. Like, and
Yeah, but see, you
that's
want to
how
know
they.
why parents ain't going to boycott and take their kids out? Because they're scared, one, to lose their jobs. Two, the majority of these parents don't have patience for their own kids. They had them, but they don't have patience for their own kids. Because if they did, you wouldn't be just kicking your kids out and throwing them to the wolves. Go figure it out. That's what I hear almost every parent around here say. Almost every parent, go figure it out. Stupid. You tell them to go figure it out. They're going to go find a way to figure it out, but it's not going to be the way you want them to figure it out.
Exactly.
That's why I'm trying to figure out why say that. Talk to them and then just go. Let that little thought roam around in their fucking head because it will. Like, I learned that with my kids. I learned that by talking to other kids. Because,
Yeah.
like, believe it or not, not just your child has a story. Their friends got stories with them too.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all think I speak on a lot of this stuff because I hear these kids say this shit. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, damn, I know I had it bad. By the way, thank you.